golf is really popular here in Polk County, and there are all kinds of different tournaments and scrambles that that people can take part in. But here today, we are going to talk about a scramble that has a little bit deeper meaning and background behind it. So with us in the studio today, we have Travis Waller and Connor Shepard. They are both cadets with the Florida Southern College Army ROTC. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now this event that that you have coming up, it's the Rubado Memorial Golf Scramble, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about Charles Rubado.
Well, he graduated from our college in 2004, I believe, and he, just like us, he was a cadet at Florida Southern and the Army ROTC department. And right after that, he deployed to Iraq, and he unfortunately paid the ultimate sacrifice. And so that's kind of a little bit about him.
Okay, so to kind of memorialize him and honor his memory, you guys have a golf scramble every year, right?
Yes, ma'am, we honor him, and we also help raise money for his scholarship that's in his name that is offered to a theology student at Florida Southern College, as well as it helps pay for our own events in the ROTC department. So that's kind of where the funds come from.
Okay, so Connor, can you tell me a little bit about the event, the dates, the times, and all that?
Yeah, it's a 1 p.m. shotgun start on March 28th. It'll be at the Cleveland Heights Golf Course, right there by campus. We have a lot of events going on. Travis can kind of touch on the other special events that we'll have going on out there. Okay. But it'll just be people having a good time of golf.
Do you have to pre-register, or can you just show up on the day of the event and register and golf?
Yes, ma'am. We'd prefer that you pre-register, but you can register on the day of the event. The easiest way to register would be to find our website, www.flsouthern.edu/ROTC golf. And everything that you need to register, you can donate money, you could be a sponsor, or you could register you and your team there. And so that's where we would prefer you to register, but you could register on the day of the event or come by the ROTC building on campus at Florida Southern, and we'll give you some paperwork to fill out if you'd prefer to do it in paper.
Okay, and it's $75 per person?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? And then is there a discount if you register early or anything like that?
It's the same. It's going to be $75, but if you have a student ID, so if there's any students out there who want to come and play with us, then it's going to be $60.
Okay, perfect. Yes, okay, and then all of that money goes to, or a lot of it goes to the scholarship fund. Can you tell me about, talk to me about the importance of the scholarship fund?
Well, the scholarship fund, it's going to be split 50-50 between his scholarship fund and our cadet fund. And the importance of it is as you know, that the Florida Southern, it's a pretty expensive school, so it helps a theology student go and be able to get their studies and help pay for lessen the burden that they're going to pay for at Florida Southern. And then for the cadet fund, it helps us do things like pay for this tournament that we're going to be having, obviously. And then we have some other events like a Tough Turkey, where it's a 5K that we have around Thanksgiving. And then we have other things like our military ball, which is historically that's something all military institutions, organizations do. So it helps pay for that. And then other fun things that we do, like the Spartan race or the Tough Mudder, or things like that. So it helps pay for those kinds of things.
So okay, so this event seems like it's pretty big scale. So now you two are kind of helping to organize it, right? Is it all organized by cadets?
It's generally organized by all of us. Myself, I'm actually directly in charge, and then Connor over here, he's second in charge. And then we have a couple committees that we've set up to help run it. But we have a couple cadre who kind of oversee it and kind of help guide us along. But generally, it helps with our experience and helps us with our military planning and all that stuff for later on in life. But it's generally planned by cadets.
Okay. So does that mean, Connor, that you're going to be in charge of it next year?
Hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Okay. So so tell me about what you're learning in the whole event planning process.
Well, this year getting to work with Travis, it's been really great, especially for me just overall through a lot of my military career. We've done a lot of things differently than we have done last year. Like this year we sponsored a Penny Wars tournament to get the Greek organizations on campus involved with it. So it drew up a lot of support for the event, which was going to be really beneficial. I'll probably use again next year. But just overall, getting a sense of getting to meet people and talk to people and building up that rapport for next year probably be the most beneficial for me.
Yeah, I know that Greek life is really vibrant at Florida Southern, so getting them involved is probably a really good idea. Do you have the golf team involved or any other groups like that?
we've communicated with them, and so there's going to be other groups that will be involved. I think the swim team was particularly interested in helping. So I mean, we've reached out to them. It's nothing that we've got set in stone yet, but hopefully there will be other organizations that kind of want to help out a little bit.
Okay. So so Travis, you're a senior, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're going to be graduating in just a couple months.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me about your plans. Do you have what's your next step?
My next step is I'm going to be in the National Guard. I'm moving up to Louisiana to be in the Guard there. And since I have a horticulture degree, I've interviewed for a couple of jobs. I have nothing set yet, so hopefully within the next couple of weeks or something, I'll hear about that. But so I'm trying to get in with an extension job or something research oriented for horticulture. So that's my next job, or in the civilian side and then with the military side, trying to get into the infantry side of it. So.
Gotcha. Okay. And then how about you, Connor?
Well, I don't like to count my chickens before they hatch.
Because you're a junior, so
I'm
you
only
still
a
have
junior,
one more year.
Right.
Okay.
So just short term for me, we have another FTX coming up where we participate in exercises with other Florida schools. And then we have over the summer our big training, which determines our jobs at Fort Knox. So that's short term for me. And then long term, hopefully, depending on how everything turns out, I'd like to be an active duty armor officer.
Okay. Yeah. That's nice. Okay. Well, this event, I know that it's an annual event, right? How many years has the Rubado Golf Scramble been going on?
This current one is going to be our 9th iteration.
Wow.
So we've had 8 previous.
Yeah, that's really great. Well, it sounds like it's becoming a real staple in the community, and it's really great that you all are able to not only remember one of a former Florida Southern graduate and somebody who went through the program like you did, but also bring awareness to the community.
Yes, ma'am. It's something that that it's really close to me because he's 10 years ago he was in exactly the same position as we are, so I can really identify with him, and so it really helps to understand that, and so it makes it come more closer to home for us. Yeah.
So tell me the date and the time one more time before we wrap it up.
So the date and time is March 28th, 2014. It's going to be at the Cleveland Heights Golf Course, and it's going to be 11:30 registration begins and 1 p.m. shotgun start. And you can register again at www.flsouthern.edu/ROTC golf.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much, Travis and Connor, for coming on the show and telling us all about the scramble.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, well, if you are at all interested in golf, you should come on out to the Rubado Memorial Golf Scramble. It's happening on March 28th at the Cleveland Heights Golf Course in Lakeland. The general cost is $75 per person, but if you're a student with a student ID, it's only $60. You can pre-register online at flsouthern.edu/ROTC golf, or you can just show up on the day of the event, starting at 11:30.